Hi, you guys. I'm just making sure that I've got my settings sorted out. I got a little bit of a sunburn, but not bad. While I was out, it actually just gave me a nice bit of color, and I tanned, so it'll be okay. Boy, hasn't the last 24 hours, 48, I don't know, been crazy? It has been some crazy. Hey, Isadora, so nice to uh, see you here. And Sandy, I've taken your question and I've started, and I will be taking the questions. For right now, I'm going to start off with just it might be a little longer live this time because of circumstances. I did want to begin by looking in on Trump and the unfortunate shooting. I really thought that initially this was some fake news. I really did. I thought, oh no, but it's not, and it's unfortunately true. And I regret that, but I even regret more that anyone has passed, and they have. And I don't want Trump to be physically hurt. That's awful. I just want him to shape up or go away. And I think most of us are like that. So I needed to talk about that. And hey, Tyler, how Ash Foster Music? I'm so glad that you're in the house. Thanks so much for popping in. You and Isadora are my OGs, and Sandy, so good of you. And Erica, I meant to tell you, I got a post up. I'm just been behind. I've got to post up a thank you for your donation. It was so generous. Thank you so much, love. I've been going through my clutter here on my bed, and I've really got to sort this out. This is insane. But I've been like trying to look through the different decks that I wanted to use today for this live, and this could be a long live. I don't know. We'll see. Like my energy, my voice, and how it goes. I'm just going to be relaxed about it. So, my pleasure, Erica. Thank you so much for asking questions and understanding that these are cards, and I don't know really at the end of the day how they work, but other than my intuition and spirit, and it's crazy what can the cards can show you about stuff, and you're just like, what? Even more crazy when you don't fully understand what you're getting, and it's then later that you get this moment of recognition when you realize what you're reading was, really meant. That's really, really wild. That's why I find the cards so darn interesting. Hi, Nor. And Isadora is saying hello to everyone in chat. I'm going to grab a sip of my coffee, you guys. Anyway, I've got some beautiful decks to use. And Ash says he's been getting a load of messages today. Hi, BJ. And everyone that's coming in, thank you so much for choosing to pop in here. I'm not going to be a real, like I've been saying, stickler for the hour today. There's like a lot of stuff I want to discuss. Firstly, about the Trump situation, and I agree with everyone here, and I agree with Biden. It's sick. That's disgusting, and nobody in their right mind would ever condone harming Trump and this kind of stuff. Crazy. Hey, BJ, you're new here. So thank you so much for subscribing, and I hope that you find that I've got a varied kind of array of types of readings I try and do, because I like to test the cards in a way and see what they're going to show me and see if I can understand them or not. And I find it fascinating. Yes, BJ, is awful seeing on the news. I don't want anyone to be harmed, for goodness sake, and I really do believe that this is a moment when we can take this opportunity to step across the aisle to our brothers and sisters and family members. We've all been affected by this, and just go, oh my God, never would I want to see this. You're from the UK, so's my husband. I love the UK, but I'm a bit biased. My husband is from London. He's from the Chiswick area, and we have lots of family there, and I just love it there. My traveling days are kind of down now, but one of my favorite places to travel is within the UK. We did a travel from London all the way up to Aberdeen and Edinburgh back in the late 90s and early 2000s. Oh my God, it's been that long. I'm sorry, there is a siren going. You may not be picking it up here, but I do live near a police department. Woo! Unfortunately, that's not a good sign. So welcome you all. I hope that you're getting your beverage of choice. For me, it is a wonderful Hawaiian coffee. I'm just going to chat a little bit. This is what it's for. We're going to do a little bit of chat. Definitely going to do your reading. So please, if you have a reading, that's a yes, no format that you can put it in all caps, and I will start it, and I will take about 10 questions. And if I run over time, I'll run over time, but I will do just 10. I will have to stop myself at 10 because otherwise I can't, I've got to learn no, So we're talking about the Trump situation, and I did want to throw cards on it. And again, please feel free if you have a question, and I hope you'll be patient, but I will get to it, to put it in all caps so that my mods and I can keep our eyes on it. Oh, she's from Wales. Ah, that's lovely. London, though, has become mad because the traffic, that freaked me out. That really did. And my father-in-law is driving, and he's an Irishman. So he's been in London since he was 17 himself. But oh my God, at the time, anyways, we'll have to talk about that another day. I could go on and on. Okay, I see your questions, Nor and BJ. I am starring those. And I will get on with it. Okay, and I have Sandy starred, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So Ash is saying, I'm just going to call you Ash because I know you by another name, but I don't want to confuse other folks. I haven't read any cards, but anytime I think of what happened to Trump yesterday, I start channeling an unreleased song by Keisha called Demons. Oh, I haven't heard that one. I don't listen to her, not by, it just haven't, but be curious to listen to it now. Yeah, there's a very dark vibe. That was a very dark energy. And I watched some of the things, the footage, and it was just so stunning how people react and how it took people clearly by surprise. And I could tell that Trump's reaction, I feel like, was genuine. Like he grabbed at his head. And I think he may have thought like it was almost like he thought he was getting stung or something, like something was coming. So I could tell that his reaction seemed to be genuine, but it was just bizarre. It was just bizarre. What I want to know is the motive. What was this guy's motive? He was only 20 years old and kind of a mixed bag. I think he came from originally a Republican household. That's interesting, Isadora. I got the Tower card for him yesterday when I threw cards off camera real quick, but I didn't have time to explore it further. And BJ Beverly is, that's good to know. It kind of it gives me the kind of like a dial in on, the sound of your voice. I'm very audible that way, sensitive. Okay, and Barsha, I'm going to star that. Yeah, right? Beverly, so young to want to hurt someone like that? It's like, it's like, no. You are doing no one a favor with this violence. This is so, and I guess maybe that is a hope that we can maybe cross the aisle on the agreement that I just already am seeing a lot of people, say Democrats. It's like, no Democrat I've seen has supported any of this nonsense. Okay, Erica, I'm starring your question or your comment for right now. All right, so what I want to look at, I'm going to have to take a moment and just try and focus. Now I've got these shuffled up because it was a brand new deck. It's a beautiful deck. It's called the Cyrus. Oh, that's my cord to my wound back is going flying. Don't worry, it's okay. This is the Cyrus Tarot. Sorry, I am getting that light through my skylights. And it is a beautiful deck. All right. The colors and the imagery is pretty cool. But let's see if it's readable. Sometimes I get these decks and I'm thinking, okay, I think the artwork is going to really jive. I really like it. And then sometimes I can't read those decks worth a darn, But then other times I can. So let's just see. It's always an adventure. So we want to look at this Crooks fellow. Let me just catch his name. Because it's so sad. It's like, what is going on? The shootings, if you go to the grocery store, if you go to the film, you go try and go anywhere, it's just silly. And not just silly, it's terrifying. All right. I'm going to see if I can pick up his name. Because I know I put it here. Oh, yeah, Thomas Matthew Crooks. Okay. So his name is Thomas Matthew Crooks. Yeah. But it's not just him. It's been people of all ages doing some people you wouldn't expect as well. In some cases, you're like thinking, you're old enough to know better. What's your excuse? And it just seems like people are definitely, I do think that, we're always growing and we're always going through these periods of acceleration. But definitely since 2016, we've been really going through some intense cycle. And this is like a real part of that shock weirdness that I don't like. But let's just take a look at what Thomas Matthew, was it Crook? What Mr. Crooks, what was going on? What does Spirit think that we need to realize? What is important that we know about him? and why he did this. What was a key motivating factor? Sometimes there's more than one thing. I think oftentimes there's more than one thing. So let's just made me feel sad when I saw his picture. It's like he looks like he could be a little bit on the different side. And what was, it must be difficult to also for his family. I have a feeling they probably have been taken aback by this for some reason. Maybe I'm wrong. I shouldn't assume. Hi, Dari. I see your question and I am starring it. Ooh, the questions are coming in. Okay. So let's see with Thomas Crook, what do we need to know? This is a new deck, so I might have to reach for one of my trusty, faithful ones out of this pile over here that I set aside. Okay, well, I'm getting the King of Pentacles. See what I told you? This deck is really beautiful. And now that I have high def with my channel, you can see these details a little better. So I'm getting the King of Pentacles and the Wheel of Fortune. Definitely we're getting him wanting, and I think the King of Pentacles in this case is Trump. I don't think it's that young man. It just feels too mature of a king in this regard. He was definitely wanting to try to force fate or to push a change, and he did. He did with that Wheel of Fortune. That is a shift. There is a shift with Trump that this brings around. I mean, like, it's significant. But I also think with the Wheel of Fortune, it was fated in some way. And that really kind of strikes me as the case that this is one of those instances in history, and it's meant to shift a real change, maybe to change, I'm hoping, for the better. But look, we're getting the Seven of Swords, which is often that kind of a predatory card or being a sneaky kind of a card. And we're getting the Ace of Pentacles. Now that's harder to see. Well, it's a sneaky attempt. I think this was for personal satisfaction. Just with that Ace of Pentacles, and it almost looks like it's just a horse, but it almost looks like a unicorn. And with the Seven of Swords, it's like him being perched. There's a couple of lions. You can't really see it too well here, but there's a couple of lions here, and they're higher up looking down. And so, it kind of gives me that feeling of him, like the lions, here being predatory with an above position and looking down. This is really wild, getting these kinds of cards, though, and with an event like this. And then the Ace of Pentacles is like he wanted to create a change that would kick off a new beginning. But he's done it through a predatory lens. Okay. And the Six of Pentacles. This is offering help in the past. This card has a lot of fish. Childhood, maybe, though. Six of Pentacles. No, that's the help. Page of Wands. Somehow I feel like that is almost more of his energy. This almost of an immaturity. This is making me feel that at a young age, he's had issues. It's odd because it looks like he had the support around him. That's exactly what I'm going to go into, Isadora, is what the other question was the roof. I couldn't understand that. I'm going to grab a different deck. This one's still a little, it's almost too busy. Well, let me grab a different. Let me just grab my basic. Yeah. So, all right. Let's take a look at why that roof was left between 400 and 450 feet away from the stage, unsecured. Apparently, it was very easy to get to that rooftop. So this is the question I'm handling right now. If you do have a question, you can put it up, and I will be taking about 10 questions that people have put. I've got quite a few taken so far, but there's still room for a few more. And this will be a longer live than usual because of circumstances. So why wasn't the roof that Thomas Crooks was on, how come that wasn't secured? How come that was so easy for him to get up there? And I do think he, with some of those other cards, did have some kind of planning, which isn't surprising, in advance of this event. Okay, why was that roof so vulnerable? Why was it left unsecured? There's the Five of Swords and the Lovers. Did he have someone in agreement? Some kind of an agreement with some other person that was in on this idea? Because here it kind of shows that nefarious bully type of energy, also the where people are helpless. You've taken their ability to defend themselves away. And we have the Lovers. There's some kind of an agreement. Maybe there was there a disagreement between law enforcement and the security, that detail that he had, Secret Service? It almost, to me, looks like, are these two energies that should be in harmony at odds? Is one trying to punish the other? Do you guys get that? Like, the Lovers is supposed to be an agreed, agreeable energy. But when I get a card next to it, that's not that at all, but where we have, someone that's being a bit of a bully, someone that's, there's not agreeableness going on. It makes me wonder, was there some kind of a communication breakdown between local law enforcement and the people that Secret Service and within those structures? Yeah, very odd, as it had direct access. Then we get this card of skill, and with the Eight of Pentacles, and we get the Queen of Wands. So this is a female figure that should be knowing her stuff. I don't know if this is a female that was overseeing his security detail, but we're being shown someone, or someone that's going to be significant with regard to it, a woman. She should know her stuff with this Eight of Pentacles. This would be somebody that would have experience. So I'm not quite sure how that fits in, but let's just keep an open mind. That's what I'm being shown. And then we get a real challenge with the Six of Wands I'm sorry, the Seven of Wands and the Six of Swords. They're trying to make something, resolve issues and go in a smoother fashion, but it's like there's some kind of constant obstacles that were faced. I don't know what this is, but it feels like they were trying to keep on their toes to keep things going pear-shaped. But it looks like there was a lack of harmony between parties that were involved in putting this on. That's all I know how to say. It just feels like to me like there was a gap. And then it was very challenging for those who are handling the protection aspect to get others to safety with that Six of Swords. You see the struggle with the Seven of Wands? It's doable, but it's a lot harder. It takes more focus, and you have to get right in there. You have to get active. They were able to do it, but it's making me feel like it's pointing to some kind of a disagreement, perhaps within people that were responsible to oversee that. And we're getting a woman, an adult woman, and I don't know if she's going to be somebody that brings more details of this to light, or if she's somebody that's responsible party-wise for things not being as they should have. I'm not sure. Okay, let me see a few more cards here. Here we have some secrets, and we have the Emperor. So again, we're getting a nod toward someone with great skill, because the Emperor is like, very established. It's the authority. And there's, by this, older, more established people, men, and especially Trump, his energy, and there's things that we don't know yet. There are things that we don't know yet as to why that was left open by also authorities within who handles this stuff. But usually when the High Priestess pops up, it means that there's information that is going to come out. It's just not stumbled its way out yet. And I'm not surprised. Did you know I had to look on the Times of India to get the name of the shooter? Probably going to get me for that. So I'm not, the Pew Pew. Yeah, I couldn't find any of our news outlets willing to put that out there. It's like, how come India can do that before? Anyway, it's why I don't depend on the outlets that we have in America anymore. They're just not the greatest. All right, so there's some hidden stuff. And it would be around Trump and the authority, I think, of security overseeing. Somebody wants to walk away from responsibility because the devil. Oh, because there's some corruption. There's a heck of oh my God. This is really yucky feeling. Okay, there's something we get. Secrets within authority and around Trump, because I also see him as kind of like he's up for this presidency and stuff. And look, then we get the corruption of the devil and someone that doesn't want to take account or responsibility. So I think that people have dropped the ball within his arena of care, And they're not going to want, I think it's going to be really interesting to try and get the answers as to who dropped the ball on this. And there's corruption behind it. And apparently there's going to be one heck of a story along with that, with the high priestess and the devil. Somebody doesn't want to take responsibility. That's not surprising. But there's some greater corruption that's at hand. And wanting to walk away from it. Now, that doesn't surprise me because Trump's whole thing, really, he does not take account, for stirring up. He's instead of telling people to like be cool, be calm, he's saying fight, and that's not the right message to give. Okay? So it's kind of like, dude, don't do that. Because next time, if somebody tries again with you on this, they may not miss. So we're getting corruption, there's neglect in that. I forgot to tell you that there's neglect in the Eight of Cups card, and that walking away business is due to often neglect and corruption. So, okay, the answer to why the roof wasn't sorted out properly, neglect and corruption. And there's going to be more information that's going to come out that was secreted about this situation, and I think security in general. And there was one man that said that he had been to another rally and it was completely different. This is the feeling of the security. He could see them up on the buildings and stuff, and he said he felt very secure. And this one, he noticed that it was totally different. Yes, he is a narcissist, and most politicians are. So, like, I'm not surprised. But this is just not good. We also have that there's more than one person at fault, according to these cards, for the issue of the rooftop security problem. This means not necessarily a great number, but when I get the Three of Pentacles, it's very often exactly 3, or there will be a very notable significance with that number where persons involved are concerned. And we get the Ace of Cups. So here's this big opening up of emotion, and that came right after our cards of the corruption. So I think some people are really going to be freaking out that are connected to this. They're going to try and get away with this. It's a complicated, I think, little mess. And I think people are going to try and pass the buck to somebody else in this case. It comes down to, I think, money with the Knight of Pentacles, who the Knight of Pentacles would do a very thorough job, but they are very financially reward oriented. And they want a lot of reward here with the Nine of Pentacles. So I don't know. There's a financial angle. Maybe him not, I don't know if this was some sort of a shortcut that was taken and this was not included. But that's what I'm getting. I'll leave it there. That's crazy, y'all. What do you guys think? So it looks like it's not really surprising. Like we've got a small cluster of people that are responsible for the lapse of security in that rooftop. And they're not going to want to take accountability. It's down to neglect and corruption. And I think they're going to get caught out, some of them, by the looks of that Ace of Cups, because that's just like a kind of a release of emotion. So I think there will be some names coming forward with regard to that. Okay. Let's see, what else do we need to know? And then I'm going to go into the questions that people have asked, and I can always bounce back with this, sometime later, even just do a kind of a surprise pop-up live if I get the opportunity. What else do we need to know or be aware of at this time regarding the situation? What does America and the world need to know? What does Spirit want us to know and take from this? Okay. I'll get to your comment, Erica, in just a moment. Okay, well, I'm getting the King of Wands. That to me is Trump because he's got such Marsian energy. And I get the Star. We get someone that loves to be in the spotlight. Okay? And he likes nothing better than free PR. And I don't mean to be insensitive. I really don't. But if you have ever read the cards, you know what I am saying here. So we're being shown him lapping up, as we would think, the PR for this campaign. But look, his state of mind goes wobbly. His inner peace is disturbed. Oh, wow. I think this could make him, maybe make him more paranoid. I know it would most people, but his inner peace, his sense of safety, his sense of, that shows that I think his trust that he's safe has actually truly been rocked. This has him shook on some level. Of course it would. It's a trauma. Oh, look. Okay. Trump is going to have, I feel like we're being shown Trump. Trump is going to have problems sleeping. That's not surprising. People go through a trauma. They can have, they can end up having problems where they can't fall asleep, or if they do, they have nightmares. Now, the Seven of Swords is also the Nine of Swords is also the nightmare card. It can deal with disruption in sleep and trauma. It's like your mind is not allowing you to rest. It's anxiety. And we have the card of the past or nostalgia, which is weird. I've had the word nostalgia popping up all over the place recently, and the weirdest ways. And that it was actually a disease that they thought that you could, back several, 100 years ago, they thought you could die of because people didn't travel around so much. But there's like a nostalgia here of the past. I think that is not the same with him, within him. And that I think this has him, though he's enjoying and I think getting the spotlight behind that, I think we need to be aware of that there's trauma going on. There's a trauma response. There's an instability to the mind and his greater sense of peace. He does take a a charge off of this to move forward into, and he's looking toward the future. But it's going to be harder for him than I think he's anticipating. Again, and I'm getting that aspect of mental stability, having gotten smacked, jarred. Okay. Also getting the Empress and the Knight of Swords. So then there's the feminine energy coming in very quickly. Now, I don't know if this is Melania for him or what. Or I'm feeling more like this is a nod about women voting, women coming out, women pushing through the messages to get people to vote and to, get on track. Because I do feel like he's going to try and use this definitely for the campaign and all of that. It's also money in the bank for him. I hate to say that, but yeah, I do think people will be like mad rush to donate. I'm getting also a female here, though, that is very watchful, quietly. Like I don't know if she's a spy or what, but there is someone that is very shrewd and is taking note of, I think, the wealth and the how things are going on. There's going to be some kind of delay where the Hierophant, where, I don't know, maybe support is concerned. There's some kind of like a different perspective that will be taking hold of conservatives, I think, especially certain people that are more traditional. That's weird. That's interesting. There's a shift. But it comes about through a delay. It's an enlightenment. So maybe some people are going to start, oh my gosh, yeah, something will become clear to people with regard to what has gone on here and what comes out. Look at that, folks. That's the 8 of Wands. That is activity picking up. Yeah. And it shows he's going to make a good amount of money off of this. But there's also exposure that's going to come out that he's not going to be able to deny. This is interesting. And it has to do with people being some of the more wealthy donors that he's had, I think, being more cautious down the road with making these donations. All right. I'm going to leave it right there for right now with that. And I'll touch in on him on another day and kind of devote another reading on some aspects there. But real quickly, and I see Oksana, thank you. I'm going to mark your question. I have 8 questions starred, so I can take a couple more, but well, up to 10, and that'll be it. We're almost there. So Erica wants to say, I strongly believe that it was orchestrated and Trump was in on it to show his strength, juxtaposed on Biden's supposed weakness. Well, some people made a very also interesting point that this is like out of the Putin playbook of how he's done things. And it's undeniable if you've, followed up. So there's something, it'll be interesting to find out what it is that we are awaiting to have exposed with that high priestess and the sun and the devil and this woman that's involved somehow. I don't know. There's some interesting aspects to this situation. Okay. All right, let's go ahead now and cut to those of you that have asked questions. I have 8, and it starts off with Sandy. Okay, I'm going to shuffle these really good. I'm going to get a sip of my coffee, shift my pillow. The princess and the pea, you guys. I've got to have a bunch of these pillows around me. Okay. And as I said, right now I have 8 questions. I'm willing to take up to 10 because I'm already at 46 minutes. So it'll probably take me up to almost another hour, maybe a little more to read for 10 people. But I want to do that just as my Sunday thing. And I want to say thank you, by the way, for helping me to reach 5,000 viewers. Thank you, subscribers. Now they've rolled back. I had like 5,004 and it's rolled back a couple. I think I've got 5,001. But you know what? I am so stoked because if I don't gain any more, I wouldn't be heartbroken. But I wanted to at least crack that number of 5,000. And I'm so grateful for all of you. Again, I wanted to say thank you. Okay, now Sandy wants to know if her husband stayed on Earth longer than he should have. No, Sandy, I don't think so. I'll just tell you right off, because you don't tend to be able to do that. If you're meant to go, your ticket gets punched. You know, when you go and it's not your time, they send you back. And I don't think he would have, just intuitively, I don't feel that your husband probably would have been able to do that. But I'm going to read the cards anyway. And he may have chosen in his agreement and initially coming here, because we all tend to pick our exit, and at least that's what I believe. Or we have things that we have to work out, and we have to work out an exit from this planet. So I believe that he knew that maybe you needed a bit more time, and he would have, put that in. So don't feel guilty or anything like that. You did not cause him to overstay or mess him up or anything like that. Because again, most people that have NDEs will tell you that they get sent back. But I'm going to look. So you want to know who came to collect him and take him home. Okay. Well, first, let's just see what we get here. All right. I think I've got these good and shuffled. Okay, we're getting the King of Wands. Oh, and we're getting the 10 of Pentacles. Look, it's the ancestors. It's the whole fam. He had a family reunion. I feel like he had, like I'm saying, that's like your, not just your immediate family, but your extended family, and going back, and so I have a feeling that this could be actually a male adult that could have come and gotten him if it isn't your husband. Maybe it is this guy would be very active, outgoing, extroverted, with that fiery energy. and probably, maybe, have a lot of fire in their birth chart. But it looks like he had a very lively adult, a man that would have been over 21, at least when he would have passed, that would have come for him, if that makes sense. And I feel like he was not alone. There was like the whole family came. So this card could be either that's your husband and that's the whole family, or it could be a male family member that had passed before him that was the ambassador of the whole family that came. Something like that, perhaps. I get a father figure, and he was taken home. Look at that. So this is going back to our true home. It's happy, it's harmonious, it's a reunion. Again, that family reunion energy, and we're getting a father figure. Could be a grandfather, if not the father, but maybe both. We're getting very masculine energy. So it could be a father and another male. But then we get like really the whole dang family came, and it was a reunion. Okay. I hope that answers your question. That was like boom. I don't know what your husband's name was, but thank you. He made that so much more easy than I thought it was going to be. Sweet. Okay. Nor. Let me just catch up. Oh, hi, Marissa. New subscriber here. Yes, you can drop a question. I've got like room for a few more. And I see the cheeky extra one. We'll see what we can do. And that not for you, Marissa, but Erica. All right, so let's go back. And we're going to look at Nor's question. Okay, give me a moment. Shuffle the cards and clear it for Nor. Faisal. I hope I'm saying their name right. Please forgive me, Nor, if I'm not saying their name correctly. Have romantic feelings for you. Okay. I tell you, I was up last night with arthritis in my wrist here. I couldn't sleep without taking some pain medication, but it's still kind of bothering me a little bit. Okay, Faisal and Noor. What are Faisal's feelings toward Noor? Are they romantic? Yes or no? Are Faisal's feelings romantic for Noor? Are Faisal's feelings romantic for Noor? May we please have clarity on that? And we're asking the ancestors to help us here. Something about the past. This feels very pure. And there's like a clean affection. Oh, and the Ace of Cups. I think this person feels maybe like you seem familiar, quite possibly, to them. I would say these two cards would be a yes when just asking yes and no coming up, especially more so the Ace of Cups. But there's an energy that reminds one of childhood or the past. And maybe there's something about you that reminds them of something maybe that they liked or was a pleasant memory from their past. I don't know how that works, Nor, but I would say at the very least, these feelings are opening up, and allow that to happen. And there might be similarities in childhood, or things in the past that you guys can share with each other that could make your relationship with each other open up more. That's what I see happening there. So I would say yes, there's feelings there. And it almost feels, again, like there's a past element somehow to it. I hope that's helpful. I'm not doing too bad, Marissa. Are you in Brooklyn? You're back? You're back, Ash? All right. Cool. Okay, BJ, you are next. I got to shuffle, y'all, and I got to get a sip of my coffee because all this talking can really get my throat dry. That is a good cup of coffee my husband made me. He is like, he never used to make me coffee, and now he knows that every morning he must get me coffee. He's a good husband. Especially when he's getting me up at 4 a.m. Okay. All right. BJ wants to know if you will be in a relationship with Marwan. Okay. Let's clear the deck. Marwan. BJ and Marwan. Hope I'm saying their name correctly. All right. Little crunchy. Okay. Hope your Sunday is good wherever you are. And thank you so much, Beverly, for asking a question and being a new sub from the UK. I am so chuffed to have more members from across the pond. All right. BJ and her relationship with Marwan. Will there be a relationship with Marwan? Yes or no? And please always don't come at me. I'm just the card reader. That's all I do. I got no dog in this race. Only what is best for all concerned. Sorry, I am out of the shower and I shed. Okay. BJ and Marwan, yes or no? All right. Well, I get the moon, and I would say maybe not, but let's see maybe why. And this would indicate like there's some hidden features that might be at hand that hasn't reared their heads up. There's the 9 of Cups. So sometimes for the 9, it can be about habits where there might be a little excess, or where you're following one's kind of pleasure oriented activities. And that's often for people a bit of a drink and things like that. But there's something here that's hidden. And I'm not sure about this. So I have to be honest with you. You know, I would be cautious. So interesting. Then you get the 10 of Cups and the 2 of Cups. There might be some hidden factors, but it does look like, and I'm not sure whether it's him or not, but it does look like there is going to be a really fulfilling relationship, going through maybe a bit of some dark times. I don't know, maybe right now he might be going through some dark times, but something really looks actually very positive that on the outset, you know, kind of like there's a bit of darkness that clears away to this rainbow, and there's light and there's love and there's partnership. So I almost don't want to say like no, but I feel like initially there might be some issues here that need to be cleared up, and then yes. You'll have to keep me in the loop, BJ, because these are very strong cards, and I'm curious how that's going to play out. There's clarity. There's going to be clarity where maybe where somebody's feelings may seem flat, or if they appear to have a disinterest, or they're just not happy with something. One is going to know that maybe there's some hidden factors at work currently with their happiness. There's just kind of a meh energy. Does that make sense? So you'll have to keep me. And I do get an ending. So I don't know. There is going to be a very difficult ending that comes to a close. Again, with the Death card and the 10 of Swords. This is a very painful time, an upsetting time that is going to give way again to that sunshine, that light, and to a relationship that's better. So if it isn't with Marwan, you may go through a tough time, but there is something very promising that's on the horizon, a relationship after a very difficult time. And I'm not sure whether it's with him or not. Maybe you go through a tough time and he helps you through or something. But I think there's going to be clarity where a disinterest may be, and there's an end, and there's something much better that opens up for you. Okay? Again, please keep me in the loop. That's very interesting. And something good is on the way, but you're going to go through some harder stuff, BJ, there. There's some crazy energy out these days, you know? Okay. Let's go to the next question, and that is with Tyler or Ash. Foster Music. Will I be moving within the next week? Let's take a look. Again, get a sip of coffee. Thank you guys for joining me, by the way. We have that no more questions at this point because I do have 10 that are starred up. So mods, please type in all caps, not taking any more questions. And I will finish these out for everyone. Okay. Tyler be moving in the next week? Yes or no? There might be some hidden factors at work. Maybe even, I hate to say it, but possibly theft. I kind of get a no. And the 8 of Wands. There might be some hidden aspects or some sketchy situations. I get the Emperor. That's like authority. I kind of end the Queen of Pentacles. I almost feel like does something get lost or taken, or I'm not sure. Feels like I don't know if this would be mother and father helping, but there might be an issue that comes up. What is that? Something kind of sneaking a little on the quiet side. I don't know where you're going, whether or not what makes sense to you here. Out. Okay. Thanks, Ash. I need to make you a mod. I haven't done that yet, but I will. And I'm just going to star that, Marissa. Okay. So it looks like there's maybe, I don't know, maybe some relationship issues where parents are concerned. I'm kind of, I know that that's, it just looks like there's some sadness around this, maybe for a couple. And it looks like the mom and dad, that makes sense. I'm still trying to figure out something. Okay, good. As long as you know, you don't have to tell us. The Fool and the High Priestess. Yeah, this is something that you're holding back, or this is a hidden, secretive manner and a new start. That's you. Okay, so now I'm telling your secret. Are going to be off on a new adventure that you're trying to, I think, keep on the down low. I would say you will go, but I would do the work of the Knight of Swords. Be thorough. Don't be in any rush. Make sure you got things organized, written down, and it looks like you will succeed. So you're going to be able to figure out how to handle it. Okay. Hi, Ivo. I'm glad that you're here just listening. Yes, that's great. Next Sunday, if you want, I'm here again, and you can ask a question then. I'm running a little bit over time, just for this live. Sometimes I do that depending on circumstances, but I'm reading people's questions now, and we're about halfway through. Thank you so much. And thank you for subscribing. I really appreciate it. Oh, if you guys would please just make sure you leave me a thumbs up. We're a small little group here that get together, but you know what? Every thumb up is helpful. Even if you didn't like it, you can give it a thumbs down. The interaction is helpful. Okay. So as you're saying, you're trying to keep it hidden now, but you got 10 days to get a new place. Well, I think you will get the place, but I do see the issue that you're trying to deal with where there's some sorrow and things like that, but I think you'll get it figured out. So I want to welcome everyone that's new here. Do you enjoy yeah, these are, this is the albino deck of the Rider-Waite. I just like this deck for some reason. It's, I don't know, straightforward, and I can cut to the mustard kind of, with it. I like it. It's one I find myself reaching for again and again. Okay, Varsha, will I reunite with Shishir? I hope I'm saying their name correctly. Shishir? Sheer, maybe? Shishir? In a relationship. Okay. Let me give these a good clearing. I always do this. I've got like a pile of decks over here that I need to pull and read on you guys more, and use them just because they're so beautiful and I want to share them. And I need to do more videos on decks where you guys can see them before you go and make the purchase. All right. So Varsha wants to know if they will reunite with Shishir in a relationship. Will they reunite? Yes or no? Varsha. Try to dial in. Varsha and Shishir. Will they reunite? Yes or no, guides? Well, I get this would be a yes to me potentially here. There looks like a new start. So this could be a new start in a sense with this person. You get the Fool. So maybe you decide to, Ace of Cups, like a new relationship, a new start. I think if it isn't with them, it's with someone else, but I see a new start in a new relationship. And I would say this is definitely two cards that would be yes, yes. So Varsha, yes. I think that's a yes. I hope that's helpful. All right, let me see. Erica, I have a follow-up question about the smiley face killers, but something occurred to me about the chariot you drew last time. Isn't it weird how, like, an image like that with the cards, it does it to me too. That's why I always watch my readings maybe once or twice afterward, because there's hits that I'll get later. Things can hit funny. Maybe it refers to the water acting like a portal to return the men. Oh, I could see whether or not that's going to be a yes or no. Let me see what your other question there was. Okay. All right. I'm going to take this one first, and then I'm going to do the other folks. And then if I have extra time, then I will do your second part of the question. But let's just see, yes or no, if the water acts like a portal to your question. Does the water act like a portal to these men? Erica wishes to know. Well, there's some kind of a challenge. There's the Seven of Wands. This is not easy. This is like something that there's a challenging aspect. And the Eight of Wands. There's energy. Well, it's conductive is what I get. It's more that the water is more of a conductive element to it. Hope that answers your question, because this is fire energy. So there's something about two cards here, both of a strong fire energy, and I just feel like it's able to move through the conduit of the water. That sounds completely wackadoodle. Welcome to my world. Okay. All right. Dari wants to know if Daniel and I are going to be a couple again. Boy, we have a lot of people that are on and off again, don't we? Oh. And then we have Oksana, and we have Marissa. And then I'll probably go ahead and throw in Erica's cheeky second extra question. All right. We'll see how my energy is. Okay. Dari, let me just kind of shift. And Daniel. Okay. Are they going to be a couple again? Dari and Daniel. Are they going to be a couple again? Yes? No? What do we have? I have a yes with the Six of Wands. This is an achievement. Shows like there's, you go through a challenge in the relationship, but something is recognized. There is recognition of success by other people. I don't know. It's a good one. And it could be taking one's time, though, with this as well, with the Knight of Pentacles. So I think, yes, eventually. I do believe so. I think you'll be taking things carefully, though. No rush, but easing maybe into it. And that's probably the best way, so that nobody So I get yes. All right, let's see. All right. Oksana. I'll just go ahead with this deck because it still feels good. I'm going to clear it. Clear the deck. It's like we're on a ship. Well, I am at the coast. All right. I hope you guys are having a great day. Thank you so much for popping in. I really do enjoy my Sundays with you guys. Whoever shows up. And thank you all again. Okay, Oksana. Does the person I like me back? Okay, let's see what we get. Oksana. I love your name, Oksana. It's beautiful. Does the person Oksana likes like her back? Oksana. I get the Four of Pentacles. I would say yes. It almost feels like maybe a bit possessive type of a, or protective, one of the two. Hopefully not controlling, and just protective. Let me get another card with that, There's a bit of a surprise, some element of childlike play with this person, or that you might not think that they're as serious, but I think there's a side to them that, yeah, they actually do very much like your attention. And maybe they might like to make you laugh. There's something about humor involved in this, Oksana. The Two of Cups and the Queen of Wands. So it feels to me like there is an interest. Is that you, the Queen of Wands? Because it looks like there's an interest, there's a relationship. Okay, let me just take a look. He's a Leo, that does help. Do you have some fiery aspects, Oksana, like a Leo moon or anything like that? You're the fire sign. I knew it. I love it. Well, my dear, here you are looking spiffy, because you are all that and a couple cups of tea. That looks nice. Just make sure that you don't have somebody that's, too controlling and not, that it can't lighten up. That might be also a message here. But I do see love. I mean, my God, that's crazy, right? Of all the cards that I could get in the deck, you get that. And that points out the fire sign. Keep me in the loop, please. This is how, I learn, get feedback. All right. I'm rolling. Okay. All right. Marissa. Is JUD worth it in the long run? Or Judd? Is his intentions only going to bring me down or believe false things? Or will he actually work to develop and trust? Would I be happier single? Okay. Let's see what Spirit and our ancestors have to say. All right. Be helpful. I'm worse than my cat at shedding. I will tell you, red hair everywhere. I still got a full head of hair. I don't know how that's happening. Okay, let's see. Oh, yeah. Coffee. I have a little plate warmer. It keeps my coffee warm. I will not drink cold coffee like that. Iced coffee is different, though. I love iced coffee. Okay, so Judd. Are they worth it? Or are they going to be a drain? What's the advice for Marissa? What is the most benevolent outcome for all involved? That's what we always want. Is Judd worth it for her? Is this relationship healthy enough? Well, I'm getting The first card I pull is the Nine of Pentacles. We're talking about being very comfortable, liking a comfortable environment. This would also be definitely a yes card. But there's a watchfulness with that Page of Wands. You know, I feel like this person puts you through it, and maybe they have no chill. I don't know if he has no chill, because it feels like you want to have, I think this is more the energy of you're looking for the you know, a comfortable, peaceful environment, lifestyle, but you end up putting up with a lot to get it. You know, you kind of getting beaten up emotionally and whatnot. And just again, these two cards, and this is like somebody doesn't have some chill. Sorry, I got to actually look. Does he not have any chill, Marissa? Yeah, you know what? I'm getting a bully. I don't know that I like this person. It's like they cannot, I think bullying is going to put a change in motion. And I think you're going to be tired of feeling beaten up. It's time to get out of this energy and into better flow. I don't think that this person's worth it. Yeah, look, it's going to bring you down. There's a delay, and it's just the need to look at things through a different perspective for what you want, what makes you happy here with the Nine of Cups. Not their pleasure, your pleasure. Maybe that's why we got that a second time. Does that make sense? I don't think so. I don't think so, girl. I think that he'd bring you down, and it's saying you need to lose that, you know, dude. Mm-mm. Am I buffering again? God darn it. So I don't believe so, Marissa. Didn't get a good one on that. It's time to shift away from this person. It looks like they would just bring you down, to be honest. That's what the cards show. Okay. All right. Here goes the last question for Erica, and then I will close this down. It sounds like we're buffering anyway. I hope it's not too awful. Was the COVID pandemic sort of a trial run to see how people would behave during a worldwide crisis regarding alien landing, regarding the aliens? Okay. Was the COVID pandemic sort of a trial run to see how we would behave with this crisis? You know what I just got automatically? Yes. They watch us in all manner. That's why they've shut down nukes and been involved. And this is just another one of those circumstances where they monitor our behavior. I believe that there are a number of different alien types. I don't think that there's just one. And I think some are kinder than others that are watching us. But let's just see. That just came to me. Okay. Caffeine must be working. All right. So yes, no. Was that COVID pandemic significant to aliens keeping an eye on us for their own purposes? Was that significant to watch and see how we behave? Look at that. The Ten of Swords, yes. They wanted to see how we would handle this complete cluster F that would be very, very painful. It would have a certain cycle of dark cloud, but then it gives way to hope. So actually, yeah, they wanted to see. There is something about that. Ooh, I never expect this stuff. It's so crazy. The King of Wands. I wonder if this is a particular individual male energy that may be a leader amongst one sector. Because I get more than one. Just being honest, I didn't expect this. Oh my God. The Lovers. This angel reminded me of an interdimensional being. I think sometimes angels, well, they're interdimensional beings, and sometimes they might get mistaken for some of these aliens. But I don't think they would do anything to hurt us. But there are some that I do think do things that are not good. But look, they see the fighting. Look at that. This, what did I say earlier about the Lovers as well? Harmony, right? It's supposed to be about like a harmonic between others, between, you know, people. But they saw how much yet this was a dividing point yet again. Let's see what else we get with that question. It's just so you got some cool questions. We always get some interesting cards, Erica. This is wacky do, man. All right. Yeah. And they give us the card of the Four of Pentacles and the observant card of the Page of Swords. They're watching how greedy people got, I think. Definitely surveying us and watching how we respond when resources, you know, the toilet paper and all of that. Yeah. Yeah. They are watching us evolve. That's what I get. How do you guys appreciate that? I think that's some wild stuff. All right. I hope that this buffering is not still being an issue. I will go ahead and look now a little bit into the chat log because I was just putting the head down and reading. So before I sign off, I'm going to do that and just see if I can catch up with you guys. Oh, good. It was your internet. I'm sorry. Don't mean like, oh, good, Diana. I'm glad that you have crappy internet. I'm just like, because I just paid more money to get high def for you guys and for me, for the channel, because I saw how poorly that over was it 750? I don't know. Resolution is crap. And Marissa says he has no chill when he feels like it because he thinks all these things. Yes, you're right. Okay, girl. Your mission is happiness, and it ain't. He can't go in that direction. He's not ready. That's a shame. I'm glad that you understand what the cards were saying, because they come and, you know, I don't know how they fit. I'm just showing a male and a certain energy, and, you know, so your context is everything. Awesome show. Thank you, guys. Thank you. I'm going to sign off here, and I'm just going to relax and let the little gray cells and my psychic energy kind of, you know, because I'm up here, I've got to like decompress. But again, thank you guys for everything. I love you. You're the best. I got the bestest subbies in the world. I do. Mwah. I love you. And I will talk to you next Sunday. All right. Maybe sooner. Because there's going to be some stuff coming out with this Trump thing, man. It's expect. I got that Tower card too. There's going to be some more crazy, unexpected stuff. And it was great seeing you all here, Diana and everyone, Marissa. Thank you all. I'm going to really log off now. Bye.